So I would like to welcome and introduce our 2021 AGM presenting sponsor, Aladdin Flooring Carpet One. Aladdin Flooring Carpet One is your local flooring store where they have been helping customers with their flooring needs since 1967. Owner Lenore Goss has been a Pentictonite since the age of 8. She has been an entrepreneur since 1993 and purchased Aladdin Flooring in 2013. Lenore is active in the community, a member of the Penticton Women in Business Board of Directors, and a member of the Chamber. Aladdin Flooring specializes in the sale and installation of carpet, laminate, hardwood, tile, vinyl flooring, and luxury vinyl. They also offer products and services such as area rugs, wall planks, environmentally friendly flooring products, and cleaning supplies. They have a beautiful showroom full of samples and friendly, knowledgeable staff to help you in your renovation or building adventure. Aladdin Flooring invites you to come on in and let them floor you. Lenore, we truly appreciate your sponsorship. And now I'll pass the floor to you.
Hello, can you hear me okay? Perfect. All right, thank you for the introduction and thank you for giving us the opportunity to be the sponsor. I'd like to introduce to you a very well-known lady. She is funny and insightful, human and truthful. Many people remember tuning into her voice, which was heard over the airwaves in Penticton in the early morning waking hours. Close to 2 million followers watch her over the digital airwaves of YouTube. She's a multi-award-winning businesswoman and entrepreneur. And to add to that already impressive list, she's the author of a best-selling book, Finding Your Cape: How to Course Correct and Achieve Greatness When Things Don't Go as Planned. She's obviously no stranger to struggle, and she's here today to remind us of our own resilience, strength, and hope. It's my greatest pleasure to introduce an amazingly strong, successful, and beautiful woman, Mare McHale.
Hello, can you hear me? We're good? You can hear me? Okay. Thank you so much for that introduction and for inviting me to speak with you today. Just think of this, I feel like we've all been on Zoom too much in 2020. Like that is the theme of the last year. So there's no slides. There's nothing for you to look at. Think of this more of like a podcast or as if I was still on the radio. I just wanted this to be super chill, especially as you've just had your AGM. When I was thinking about what I wanted to talk to you about today, 2 words really kept going round and round in my mind, especially when I thought of this business community, and that's hope and resilience. We've been through a lot. That would be putting it mildly. 1 year ago, almost to the day, everything shut down here in Penticton and throughout the world. And lots of us have been feeling like reflective, exhausted, if I'm being honest, bone tired, just sick of this, right? And in disbelief that any of this ever happened, like bare store shelves and everyone obsessed with doing puzzles all of a sudden. But however you're feeling right now, I just want to say that's totally okay. I myself have so much gratitude that we have managed to get to where we are today. And I've been spending time really thinking about how far we've made it, how far you've made it. Myself, where I am today is not at all where I thought I would have been this time last year. So for me, at the beginning of 2020, I released my book. It came out January 23rd and instantly became a bestseller on Amazon in 6 categories. And then 2 days later, we had the sold out book launch party and match. And it's so wild to think we were all hugging at that party. But I was like traveling to other cities and doing tour, like press to start to announce my book tour. So I was going to be doing an international book tour. We had dates. I was all ready to go. And then, of course, as we all know, the world shut down. I was home by myself with my young son, Thomas, and like couldn't even, go to the grocery store because I didn't want to take him with. And suddenly ordering groceries as we all were, like weeks out. And it almost seems like I imagined it, that it happened. It just seems like so unimaginable, but of course we all know that it did. So for me, I didn't know what to do. Like my whole plans wiped. And as Lenore said, I have this online community. So I started doing Facebook Lives, and we did them every single day for weeks, checking in with people all over the world and just making sure that everyone was doing okay or felt like they had a little bit of a lifeline. I felt like I had a little bit of a lifeline. But as I'm sure many of you started to do, I started to think, how can I pivot? Because what I had planned is obviously not going to happen. And what's interesting is that the line on my book says how to course correct and achieve greatness when things don't go as planned. I couldn't have imagined how perfect that would have been for 2020. So I did two things that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I started a podcast, which is also called Finding Your Cape. Recorded it in my bedroom closet, which is also where I recorded the audio version of my book. And I also started welcoming people to do online coaching sessions. So I did some one-on-one with people from here in Penticton, but also nationally, internationally. We had some group sessions as well. And it's been incredible to watch those people like leave toxic jobs or unhealthy relationships. Some of them did that coaching and then weeks later got let go because of COVID, but they've just managed to move forward beyond their imagination and in the middle of a pandemic. And what has really continued to stand out for me is people's resilience and people's ability to adapt, to try things, to be willing to go on, a path that maybe they're going to have to turn and they're going to have to try again and they're going to have to try again. But that resiliency has just been incredible. And coaching for me was like the last step for me to realize, like, I want to take what I've been through personally and I want to learn academically and be able to help people to get my master's to become a therapist. So I very clunkily figured out how to apply to Okanagan College, and I've been able to do online classes here at home. And, I thought I would be like the grandma in the class, but there's so many mature students. There's so many other people locally, internationally, who have been deciding like, this is the time, this is the opportunity to go back to school. And you just never know where you could end up or where you could be if you just open yourself up for opportunity. When I left my job at Sun FM, which is almost 5 years ago, it'll be 5 years ago next month, which is just wild to me, doors just started like flinging open. And I had been in this town for years, and it was as if like there was just an energetic shift and people could tell that I was available for new things. And I couldn't believe it. So something that I'd love for you to take away and think about is, what could you be available for? What opportunities could you go after? Could you let it be known that you're available for? And are you holding yourself back from those opportunities? We have seen incredible resilience in this community in this past year, like brick and mortar stores suddenly having online shops seemingly overnight, restaurants selling take-home food kits, businesses helping businesses and helping the community. One that always stands out for me is Kettle Valley Memorial. offering to go and buy seniors groceries because they couldn't leave their homes. Like, we are such a resilient community, and to see, we didn't see this coming, but to see everyone adapt and rally together proved that like nothing, even a pandemic, can hold back this community. But we all know that resilience takes strength, and it's tiring, but it takes that like visceral, deep down strength. So I thought I would share with you some of the things that have helped me with my resilience, not just in the last year, but in, you know, the last few years, 5-10 years, and what I've been through personally. The first thing that always comes to mind when I think about resilience is making decisions regardless of people's usually unsolicited opinions. When I left Sun, like, nobody except my inner circle understood it. And I had so much pushback from the company, from colleagues, people on the street, listeners, just telling me that I was like abandoning my career that I'd worked so hard for, that I'd done for more than a decade. But I was leaving to take care of my special needs son and my now late husband, Jeremy, who was suffering with debilitating mental health problems. So I pivoted, and I apologize if I use that term too much. I actually like coincidentally last February got a pivot tattoo. Cue the Friends reference in the Friends font. So that's like a word that really sticks with me. But I started Redhead Mare Media in our basement, like in our laundry room is where my office first was, helping local businesses with their social media and building my online presence. I knew it was right for me. They didn't. But the sooner you can stop making decisions based on the opinions of others or like arbitrary worry about judgments of others, the sooner you'll start to feel freedom, and you'll go in a way in which like you could never have imagined. Which brings me to my next thing that's really helped me, and is rejecting that, what I call the BS hustle mentality. I know that's controversial. See my prior point. But I do not adhere to like she who hustles the hardest and stays up the latest like wins. I don't. That used to be me. When I first started Redhead Mare Media, I didn't take a day off for a full year, and I held that as like a badge of honor. But boundaries have never been as imperative as they have been this year. So many of us transitioning to work from home, you know, making sure to have those office hours and turning off the notifications on your phone. A big one for me just in the last month has been finally not sleeping with my phone next to me. And what broke it for me is I love Mel Robbins, and she put it like, if you have 500 Facebook friends, imagine that then you're inviting those 500 people into your bedroom. It's like, well, yeah. So I've managed to take it out, but like, I'm fallible. It's hard. We're so addicted to those screens, but maybe pick up a hobby that doesn't involve that screen or doesn't involve a blue light. I started reading fiction last year for the first time in years, and it's just brought me so much joy. But really recognizing, and I think my biggest takeaway from 2020 was rest is a form of productivity. Rest is productive. I've never rested as much as I did last year. Pretty much it was like unavoidable because the world was just like so crushingly heavy. But my business grew. My health has never been better. My friendships have never been stronger. My goals have never been more clear. And I find that like resting, it's imperative to allow your body to recuperate, your mind, your creativity. So really trying to like let go of that tightness of I have to constantly be doing something has been huge in my resiliency and just like my energy level as well. And I just mentioned strong friends. Another thing that's been huge for me is surrounding yourself with true connections. You know, they say like you're the average of the 5 people with whom you spend your time. Really analyze that. Who are they? Are they showing up for you? Are they speaking ill about you when you're not in the room? At the beginning of COVID last year, I was super fortunate to be part of a Facebook group chat, which is still going strong today, our mastermind ladies group. And I just feel so held up by them. We all support each other in a myriad of ways. And I know that those friends and other business contacts of mine, that if they're in a room and an opportunity comes up that I would be good for, they'll put my name forward. That's why I'm here today. Someone in that group helped suggest me to be able to address you today. And, it's so important to pay attention to that reciprocity. How do you feel when you're with people? How do you feel when you leave a situation? We've all left a business meeting or a coffee or, a Zoom, because that's what we're all doing all the time. And you can just maybe take a second, engage, how do I feel about that connection? Try to be around people who give you energy and don't just suck out your energy. We all know now nothing is predictable. And I really feel like you may as well just go for it. I lost my dad when I was 19. My husband took his life, leaving me a widow at the age of 33, which those two events have instilled in me this mindset of life is short. Why are we not running at the things that set our hearts on fire? It is so short. You decide whether something is a failure or a learning opportunity. If it didn't work out, it wasn't for you. Don't let that be something that you just have to constantly beat your head up against. Lean on those good contacts, lean on this group. I think if you are someone who's ready to be open to opportunity with hope, you have that resilience. Anything truly is possible. And I feel like it's imperative today, now, always to recognize how far we've come, to really be present and take a second. How often do you actually sit back and think I am a badass? Look how much I did today, or look how much I've accomplished. I am so terrible at this. This is something I work on every day. I am so much better at looking at what I didn't accomplish than what I did, just crossing off the to-dos and always on the next, on the next, on the next. And I rely on my friends and myself to really stop and reflect. If we're constantly on this wheel, we're never going to really enjoy it. And that's been a huge help for me in building that resilience. You realize how much you are capable of and how much you can do. So I really encourage you to take time, whether it's just making a note in your phone or meditating on it or just talking out loud. I know someone who every day at the end of the day makes a list of what she did do. And she's she can't believe all the things that she did, which I think also really plays into that gratitude. Your worth is not measured by your output, which I'm going to say again. Your worth is not measured by your output. I'd really love for you to get quiet, be thankful for what you have been through. As terrible of a year as this has been, it wasn't all bad. Without others' opinions, without that outside noise, really think about it. And then also think about what is it that you want? Look what we've all been through. Clearly we're resilient. Clearly we have hope. And how will you get it? I really want to just leave you with remember how much resilience we have shown in this past year as a community, as individuals, but really all together. I could not be more proud to live here. I feel like it's just going to up level us as a community and as local businesses. I could talk to you all night about all of this, but clearly we've all been on Zoom long enough. There's lots more in my book, a lot about, your cape, is that resilience and is that hope? There are copies that are going to be given away today. And if you want to purchase copies, you can get them from the Chamber, from Kohl's. There's a digital version online. There's also the audio version, which I recorded in my bedroom closet. I'm happy to answer any questions if you'd like, or if you're not comfortable, because they're more like vulnerable questions, feel free. The chamber has my contact info, or you can find me for sure. But I appreciate your time today. And I really just want to leave you with, you are not measured by your output, and really try and take some time to recognize how much we've been through this past year. So thanks.
Thank you, Mare. Greatly appreciative that you were able to join us,
Of course.
and on your very tight schedule. I believe that Jonathan is going to come up and say a few words, and we thank you for your time, and we open up the floor for any questions that you have, and we'll monitor them through the chat.
Okay.
Amazing and inspiring. Thank you, Mare. Amazing. Thank you. But no questions as of yet.
I know I covered a lot. Yeah, if you want to chat further, you can for sure. Just the chamber has my info if you're not comfortable asking.
Hi, Mayor's John Vasilaki here.
Hello.
I've known you for quite a while now, and I used to love to listen to you on the radio. And what you said today is very, very inspiring. I'm really proud of you and what you've accomplished over the years. And please continue to go forward, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise, but stick to your guns.
Thanks.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Mayor, there is a comment or a question from Juliana from Okanagan College. She wants to know if you'll go speak on top of the college.
Sure.
So
Love to.
I will share.
Big fan.
So if it's all right, I will give Juliana your contact information.
Absolutely.
So we'll just keep it open for a couple of more minutes for any questions, just because we do value your time, and we ran a little bit late, so.
That's okay.
Lindy said you're inspiring and she loves adventuring with your son.
Oh yeah, Thomas loves. Oh my goodness, he's just itching to get out there again for sure. Considering it's also the second week of spring break, he's just happy to do anything.
Okay, so if we don't have any more questions, so many great comments coming through that we could be here all night listening to them. Beautiful, thank you. How do you ensure you're making that time to recognize your accomplishments? Any fun ideas up your sleeve?
How about how I recognize my own accomplishments? I have been really trying to meditate, and I've been really trying to put my phone away once Thomas is in bed, and then like take my Apple Watch off, and then I have a few hours to really just wind down, which I used to basically just like go hard and then crash. So I find that that's helpful. Like something my therapist said was, because I would say like every day is so hard, and she was like, for sure it's not. Like for sure you have a lot of great days. Maybe there's an hour that was tough or an hour that was difficult. So once he's in bed, I try to just take some time, even if I'm just tidying up the kitchen, to really reflect on the day. And like, as cheesy as it sounds, like I love a good self high five, and just to tell myself like, you did much better than you think you did. We're definitely, or I am my own worst inner critic. So it's become something that is imperative to really take the time to note that. Do I have any fun things up my sleeve? Just a lot more school. And I'm sure this will not be my only book.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brannigan.
Anybody else have any more questions? Thank you, Brannigan. That was an awesome question.
So I'm going to ask one thing, Mare.
Sure.
Can you still spin the ribbon around like you used to way back in Chilliwack?
I haven't done rhythmic gymnastics since the 4th grade, but I'm sure I could. I'd be up for the challenge.
When I lived in Chilliwack years ago, my ex-wife had a rhythmic gymnastics club there, and Mare was a part of it way back. So
yeah,
I remember when you were this tall.
in the 4th grade. Yeah, that was me.
Okay, well, I think we're going to wrap it up.
Right.
Once again, thank you, Mare. If you want to reach out to Mare personally, you can just connect with the chamber and we'll share her email with you. And then we understand that you might have some questions or just want some extra guidance that is a little bit more private. And she's agreed to connect with you. And like she said, if you want to purchase her book, you can, Mare will sign them. If you order them and pay through the chamber, you'll get this amazing deal. It'll be a signed copy and it'll be $20 plus tax. And then we'll just pick them up from Mare, and then you'll be able to pick them up from the chamber. So if you're interested, just reach out to us and I will provide my email in the chat.
You can go to findingyourcapebook.com if you want more info on the book. And then my website is just marathoner.com, but spelled with an E, like marathoner.com. Or you can just find me all over the interwebs.
Well, thank you so much for everything. Enjoy your evening. Now you can unplug from all electronics. Good luck with your schooling and
Thank you.
a few days of spring break.
All right. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate it.
Okay, well, that was a great presentation by Mare. We all thank you, Mare, for your insight into hope and resilience, and we wish you the much success with your book. On behalf of the Chamber and the board, I'd like to thank everyone for attending this afternoon's annual general meeting. I don't know if we set any records for attendance at the AGM, but we definitely will remember this one as being our first live stream AGM. So good job to the team who put this together. There were a number of people who were very importantly involved with that, and that was Heck Yeah Media for moderating that. So great job, guys. And of course, Terry, Marlene, you and Diane, you've all played very critical roles in making sure that this event happened the way it did online. A special thank you for Aladdin Flooring Carpet One once again for being a sponsor today. Without the support of sponsors like Aladdin Flooring, we wouldn't be able to hold these kind of events. It's really important to run successful events financially with the help of the sponsors such as Aladdin. So thank you very much. Also, a couple other mentions. Mayor Vasilaki, thank you very much for swearing in our new members, much appreciated. And our own chamber ambassadors for all the work you did this year. It might have been a little lighter this year than other years because we didn't have in-person events, but hopefully we'll be back there again this year. And of course, Terry and Diane, the chamber would not be running the way it does without you. So thank you very much for all your dedication to the chamber this past year, and we look forward to working with you this coming year. And all past and current directors, great job for getting the chamber through this past year. And we certainly look forward to working with all the new board members who just got elected this evening. And just a little plug, if you'd like to help out in any capacity, whether as a committee member or ambassador, please contact Diane or Terry at the chamber. We'd love to see more people involved helping out the chamber where they can. Likewise, if you know any businesses that are not currently members, then please ask them to talk to anyone of us at the chamber about the benefits of being a member.